Welcome back to the channel where I'm endeavoring to see the world. Today I'm in London, England. And in this video I will show you some of the top things to see. And even better, these are the top things you can see, all in the center of London, and you can get to all of them on foot. London is a huge city, a lived-in city. Around 9 million people live here. But there are several main landmarks, all within easy distance of each other, and that's what I'll show you today. We're starting in an area called South Bank, which is on the River Thames, the river that runs through London. It's on the south side of the Thames, as the name suggests, and you can find it easily by looking for the London Eye. The London Eye is the observation wheel you see here. But South Bank is full of things to see and do. It's a great place to walk along the river. And there is here the South Bank Centre, the National Theatre, both hosting cultural events and performing arts, and great views of the London skyline. So the London Eye is a good way to admire the city. You can book in advance. Definitely recommend to do this in high season. It's £42 on the day, but you can find better deals online in advance. The pods hold 28 people maximum. Near the London Eye are several attractions. The London Dungeon is really popular. It's an immersive experience about the darker side of London's history, with scary exhibits and pretty dark, but you could say it's cultural, as it will teach you about some of London's darkest characters, like the fictional Sweeney Todd and the not-fictional Jack the Ripper. Then you have Shrek's Adventure, which is a bit more family-friendly. Also a walk-through immersive experience. It's based on the Shrek movie franchise and takes you on a journey through Far, Far Away. Cute. And then next along is the Sea Life Aquarium. I've shown the individual prices of these attractions here, but you can bundle them and save. And there are also advanced deals if you book online. Which one to pick? I think it's great these are all together in the same area. This aquarium has the largest coral display in the United Kingdom and plenty of displays of marine life, including sharks, turtles, and seahorses. But there's also a rainforest exhibit. There are many bridges across the Thames, so we can continue walking. This is Westminster Bridge, connecting South Bank to Westminster. There's lots of space for pedestrians, so you can stop and admire the views and take photos of the iconic symbol of London, Big Ben, and the Parliament buildings. Big Ben is the name given to the bell inside the clock tower attached to the UK Parliament building. It chimes to mark the hour, and also every 15 minutes. Definitely a sound you will associate with London. You can get a tour of it and climb the tower, or visit the Parliament buildings through the UK Parliament website. Now, London is known for its many parks and green spaces. In fact, there are over 3,000 parks in the city if you include all the green spaces. Hyde Park is one of the royal parks, and a lot of them are easily accessed from the center, like Hyde Park. Here you'll find unusual sculptures, even one based on jelly babies, memorials including the 7th of July London Bombing Memorial, and even a police station. Hyde Park was where they hosted the London 2012 Olympic Games triathlon event. but I just really appreciate being able to be in nature in the middle of a busy city. A great place to stop in for sure. Also, St. James's Park is a royal park, very close to the royal residence Buckingham Palace. And if you walk, as we did, from the Parliament buildings to Buckingham Palace, you can pass through St. James's Park to get there. So, London, along with its iconic buildings, is also this side of it, the green spaces. I do hope you're enjoying this video. Why not give it a like and subscribe to the channel to see where I go next. We made it to Buckingham Palace, which is a royal residence for the British monarchy, currently King Charles III. He's got other residences, so not always staying here, and in the summer you can book a tour and see the inside of the palace. Outside, the King's Guard is always on duty. They do a changing of the guard ceremony at 12 noon if you catch that. Also outside is this memorial to Queen Victoria, who was the longest reigning monarch in Britain, reigning for 63 years, and coining the term the Victorian era in the 1800s. Well, it was until Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned for 70 years, so I'm sure that monument is coming. The Victoria Memorial is really stunning though. Just off the palace is the entrance to another royal park, the Green Park. Today there's lots of space to wander around and admire the palace. Continuing on our walkable London route, there is the Mall, which is a ceremonial road stretching from Buckingham Palace for about 1 kilometer. The red color is by design and acts as a sort of red carpet leading to the palace. The Mall will take you to Trafalgar Square, and there are lots of sights in this area. There's St. Martin in the Fields Church, the National Gallery, and the National Portrait Gallery. And Nelson's Column in the center, a monument to Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson, flanked by 4 bronze lions. There's also quite a few embassies in this area, notably Canada House. The National Gallery is a must-see on your visit. It holds many famous works from the 19th century and earlier. Admission is free, but because of that, there can be long wait times to get in. In fact, a lot of the museums in London are free, so have a look to take advantage of this and see what interests you most. A short walk away from Trafalgar Square is Covent Garden. This is an area with lots of shopping, restaurants and bars, but at the center of it is a covered market. London has some famous markets, which, as well, should be on the top of your list. Covent Garden might be less traditional and more touristy, but it's still a great atmosphere. There are lots of places to eat, and this wine bar even has live classical music. So I've been walking today in London and showing you that a lot of the main sites are in close proximity to each other. But London is spread out and there's lots to see all over. The big plus is London's integrated transport system of buses and trains, including the underground rail system known as the Tube. One ticket lets you use all of these. The tube station stops are fairly close together, and once you figure out the system, it's easier than it looks. Travel by boat is separate, but it is convenient as well as scenic. This Uber boat is like a water taxi and has many stops along the Thames across the city. Piccadilly Circus is an interchange in the area known as the West End. It has a lot of exciting shops, theaters, attractions, nightlife, and a must-see spot on your visit day or night. It's also in our walkable areas within the center. So if you're in London for a few days, make sure you leave one of those days to walk around and take in the sights. Save the museums and indoor attractions for a rainy day, because notably, England is known for its changeable climate, and it does rain occasionally for sure. St. Paul's Cathedral is an important church for the Church of England. This cathedral dates back to 1710, but there has been a church on this site since the year 604, so lots of history at this site. It's certainly one of the more recognizable landmarks of London, and that's because it's used by the government and the royal family for important events, like the wedding of then Prince Charles and Diana Spencer was here. It's impressive with its Baroque architecture, and believe it or not, this was actually the tallest building in London for a long time, until 1963. But there's quite a few skyscrapers in the area now to look down on it from. A short walk from St. Paul's is Monument, and here is the monument to the Great Fire of London, which happened in 1666. In this area, there aren't really any buildings from before that time, as the fire completely devastated the city, and as it was then, you can climb to the top of the monument for a small entry fee. A bit further to the east is the Tower of London and Tower Bridge. I think this might be the most recognizable landmark in London. It was built in the late 1800s, but the neo-Gothic style makes it look like from an earlier era. You can opt for the Tower Bridge exhibition and walk along the upper walkway. Also, don't miss the Tower of London nearby, a former palace, fortress, prison, and current home to the crown jewels. And in the background is the Shard. The Shard, which joined the London skyline in 2012, is currently the tallest building in the UK. It's a mixed-use building, mostly commercial, with hotels, and there's an open-air observation deck on the 72nd floor. From this open-air deck, you can gaze up at the pinnacle of the building. The structure is meant to look like shards of glass, and also look all around London from 800 feet up. So, how has it been walking around London for the day? There are lots of ways to see London, but I wanted to show you that if you have limited time, what you could see in one day, and by walking around the center. Of course, it is a vast city, with all the amazing historical and cultural sites. You may be thinking to spend several days here. The transport network is vast, and although this tube map looks daunting, you can get the hang of it pretty quick. London is easily reached from the rest of Europe, and it's a main stopover on long-haul flights. There are 5 airports in the vicinity, so you can make it a standalone destination or part of a European adventure. Let me know in the comments how you plan to visit London. I've also visited Brighton on the south coast of England, on the seaside, so if you're interested in what we got up to there, head over to the channel and I'll put a link to that video in the description. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to see where I go next. That's all for now, and see you in the next video.